everyone, welcome. Laura Wayman, the Dementia Whisperer here. As if it's not stressful enough to care for an individual with any dementia symptoms, nowadays you're caring for an individual with any dementia symptoms during a pandemic. Well, I guess the good news is that dementia is not a direct risk factor for COVID-19 and coronavirus. But the not so good news is that behaviors associated with dementia symptoms combined with age and other common health issues in older adults adds additional risk. For example, people with dementia tend to forget personal hygiene habits like washing their hands, which can be crucial to preventing the coronavirus and other illnesses. Since reputable assisted living communities are open and successfully navigating the challenges of COVID-19, it's important for dementia caregivers to take those extra precautions while keeping up with the best dementia-aware care practices. And if your family member is exhibiting dementia symptoms, please listen to these COVID-19 tips for both the professional dementia caregiver and family caregivers. Try writing simple, concise, positive action notes to remind people with dementia of essential hygiene habits. You can post them in the bathroom, by the kitchen sink, etc., to help instruct them to wash their hands with warm water and soap for at least 20 seconds. However, you're going to have to show and tell, not just expect them to read it and process these kinds of instructions. Make alcohol-based hand sanitizer readily available. It can be a simple alternative if the person with dementia symptoms cannot easily get to a sink to wash their hands. Ask the doctor about filling prescriptions for the maximum amount of time to cut down on pharmacy trips. Always prepare ahead of time and make a plan B for your family member's care. This is just in case you become sick and then your family member with dementia symptoms is left without proper care and support. If your family member with dementia lives in an assisted living community, most, if not all, assisted living communities will have had some COVID-19 cases by now. The key is to look at their progress that they've made during the coronavirus pandemic since it began and check with the community regarding their safety protocols for managing the COVID-19 risk, including dementia care. Make sure the assisted living community has your current emergency contact information and contact information of another family member or friend as backup. If you are showing any signs or feeling symptoms related to COVID-19, immediately refrain from visiting. Instead, ask the community about alternate ways of contacting your family member. Most communities offer video chat options like Zoom or Skype so that you can connect virtually. And if you are well enough to visit, it could prove helpful for them to see a familiar face more often. Check in with the assisted living community regarding the protocols of outdoor visitation or limited indoor safe visitation. Social distancing doesn't mean cutting off contact completely with others. Caregivers can use video chats, phone calls, text messages, or emails to stay in touch with loved ones and friends. Strive to be adaptable and upbeat. Your attitude can also influence the person you're caring for. Try to focus on situations in a constructive and positive way. For example, if your loved one's adult day program is now closed, plan some easy and fun activities at home to keep them engaged and focus on things you can control, including following public health guidelines, eating properly, following a routine, getting a good night's sleep, and prioritizing self-care. Try to refresh your mind. Exercise, yoga, meditation, listening to music, or deep breathing can help relax your mind and reduce stress. Figure out which steps work for you and do them regularly. Stay informed, but don't overload on news. That can add to your stress. Constantly checking social media can increase your anxiety levels. And it's also important to get your news from trusted sources, such as the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention or your state and local health departments. It's kind of a good idea to set a schedule for news updates. For example, 6 p.m. every night, but only for 30 minutes. And finally, talking about your stress can help ease it. That can include people on your support team, a professional, or email me and we'll set up a phone or Zoom consult. Oh, and be sure and join me next week at the same time for more dementia-aware tips and strategies. Signing off for now, with love, the Dementia Whisperer.